Hi again. So we've done the two accesses, now we're going to do the third access, which is the head moving up and down, just making sure that's okay. So these two have completed. So I think the easiest way to do this one is to take the strip out, clean it up and clean the slideways. What I can do as well at a later date is take the head off, show you how to do that, but I think for what we're doing at the moment we're just making sure that the slides are all positive, so I'll just quickly take you over the fine adjustments of that. So on the side of here, what we've got the damper for the control of the head. That controls your weight of your head, return, and on the side you've got two grub screws and one 6mm Allen cap screw, and the damper on the side. The damper on the side, I need a 12mm and a 13mm spanner. Just undo the lock nut. If you take the lever, let it go to the top of the stroke, and you've got your stop. If you put your stop at the top, just pinch that off, and then the other one, put it underneath, slightly underneath. So what we want, we can still just put a bit of pressure against there, it's not going to drop. So that's nice and safe. So what I can do then is undo that one, and that one starts them off. If you put a bit of weight against the head, if we're lucky, what we'll have is you can screw that out. We'll put a bit of wood underneath, just as a little bit of a fail-safe. It should all be okay. Right, so put a bit of weight against there, and I'll let you take the damper off then. So what we want to check is the actual slide moving up and down, and I can put the damper back on then just to check the return. You can't get this wrong. Shaft coming at the bottom, but the top bit you've got a lock nut on there. Right, so if I push that back now, this will come down if I take the stop out. So that'll come down, but I've got no weight, return weight. So then what I want to do is undo my screws. So take this one off. I'll take this out of the way, because on this strip you've got 3 screws going in, locating onto the actual strip itself. On the other 2 you've only got one location. This one, because you've got a strip that's the position of it anyway, you've got the extra locations in there. Undo the nuts, remove the grub screws. What we should have then is access to the strip. And she comes out, just a little bit of fiddling to get her out. So what I can do there is give that a clean anyway. Because on the top, unlike on the bottom, this is not sitting in all the muck, so it's a lot cleaner anyway. So you guys may not have to strip the whole unit down. There might not be a need, but I'll say I will follow up and do another video on it anyway. So much as we had before on the other 2 strips, you've got the working face, the shiny face, all nice and bright, and then you got the back face with the 3 locations in there. So that's where your screws go in. So again, you can't really get that. It can only go in one way, sort of thing. So what I'll do again, just give this a little bit of a clean up. Just check to see if there's any sharp edges on it. You might not have to do this at all. It depends what your strips are like. So just a little bit of a tension around where the 3 screws locate. A little bit. That's nice and tactile. I've not got any sharp faces on there. A little bit of oil on there. Just put that in there for a moment. So the head is unsupported now. So what I can do is bring it down to rest. And just give the slides a little bit of a wipe. You've got a rack and a pinion inside on your shaft, and you've got a rack on the back of here. So it's not going to, the most it can drop down is a little bit further onto there. But see, it's quite wobbly now, so I don't want to move it around too much, so just rest it on there. Give it a little bit of a spray in there. Clean that back off. And the same around here. So I want to bring it across to the main face that it mates up to. So what it's doing is, when you put the strip in, it's just pulling that head across. So I'm going to put the strip in. Bit of oil on here. A little bit on the back. So if I get it about equal, and again find the centre hole, and you'll find the location itself. So I found basically where that hole is. What I could do now, if I back those grub screws off, just wind it in nice and gently. Yeah, that's good. So all I've done there is take that up and I've just nipped that off. That's just holding it. So I haven't got the damper on there at the moment. So what I can do is just lock that off. That one's in. So that one's already in. So all I want to do is just pull the head across. Just check. Got no movement in there. So what we can do now is put the damper back on. So the lock nut at the top one, if we put that on there, start that one in. So start that one in. Get that in most of the way. Take that one up. Took the stop up to the top. I'll just undo these a little touch. I can take the unit's head straight up. Just bear some weight on there. Take that up. So then we should be able to release that. And it goes up and down. So what I will make sure is I've got good contact on all three screws, so I haven't got a gap either side, so I want to make sure that's locked up, pulled over, and this is pulled over. Just going to make that a little bit tight now, and I can adjust these to suit then. So a little bit more. Again, if I push that one in, it's going to make that tight. And I should be able to release the screw, take the head back up. What I don't want is that really going up quickly, because then it's not really in good contact. So I want a positive action on there. But obviously the damper's doing its work anyway, it's returning the head up. So then it's just a matter of balancing these screws up. Like I say, I locked one up and then the other up to make sure the head was in full contact, then the middle one as well, just to even it all out. Then I can do most of the settings off the little one then, if I want to do any more finer adjustments. So I've got that one across. I can ease these off a touch. Again, if you just put the weight of the key when you're doing your nuts, you won't drag the screw in like this. Yeah. You can have it easier on that, it's just it's not in such contact on the sides. So there should be no play in that now. And we're set up again. So hopefully that was some use to you guys. I'll catch you later. Cheers.